You know that feeling when you scroll through a dozen speaker listings, see glossy photos of a sleek cabinet, read the hype about unmatched clarity, and then you get it home only to find the sound is thin, the coverage is spotty, and the whole setup feels like a headache? I've been there more than once, especially when I'm trying to outfit a small venue or a backyard gig and I can't afford to waste money on something that looks great on a screen but falls flat on the floor. That's why I'm doing this deep dive on the Bose F1 flexible array loudspeaker system with the F1 subwoofer, so you can dodge the usual disappointment and decide if this is the right piece of gear for your next event. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the category we're dealing with. Portable PA systems have become a crowded space. You have the cheap, rack-mount boxes that need a separate sub, the massive line array rigs that require a crew to rig, and everything in between. What makes the Bose F1 stand out is its flex array concept. The 8-driver mid/high line array can be set into 4 distinct shapes: straight, a curve, a wide fan, or a tight column by simply adjusting the brackets. That means you can tailor the horizontal dispersion to the size of the room without buying multiple cabinets. In a small coffeehouse setting, you might go for the tight column to focus the sound on the stage, while a semi-outdoor wedding reception benefits from the wide fan shape that blankets the audience area. The fact that you can do this on the fly, without extra hardware, is a genuine time saver for anyone who moves from gig to gig. The subwoofer that comes with the system isn't just tacked on, it's a purpose-built 12-inch driver with its own high-output Class D amplifier, and it slots right onto the main speaker's extension bracket. When you raise that bracket, the sub aligns perfectly with the main cabinet, creating a more cohesive acoustic plane. In real-world terms, that translates to deeper, more controlled bass that doesn't feel like a separate, disconnected thump. I tried it at a house party where the bass line of a funk track was the centerpiece, and the sub managed to fill the room without overwhelming the mids. The low-frequency punch was noticeable, yet still clean enough that the vocal intelligibility stayed intact, a balance that many portable PA setups struggle to achieve. Now, let's get practical about the strengths. The bi-amplified design separates the power for the mids/highs from the bass, which means each driver gets the exact amount of headroom it needs. In a live band scenario, that shows up as a clearer guitar riff and a more articulate vocal line, even when the drummer is hitting the high end of the kit. Because each section has its own Class D amp, the overall efficiency is high, and you don't see the kind of heat buildup that can cause a speaker to sag after an hour of continuous use. The built-in DSP also provides automatic EQ adjustments based on the array shape you've selected, so you're not left tweaking 100 knobs every time you switch from a straight to a curve setup. For a musician who isn't an audio engineer, that automation is a real relief. On the flip side, there are a few trade-offs you need to be aware of before you click Add to Cart. First, the unit is on the heavier side for a portable system. The main speaker and sub together push past 50 pounds, which means you'll need a sturdy dolly or at least 2 strong arms to move them around. If you're a solo performer who relies on a single-person setup, that extra weight could be a deal-breaker. Second, while the Flex Array offers versatility, it does come with a learning curve. You'll spend a few minutes figuring out which shape gives you the coverage you want, and the manual isn't exactly a quick read. Finally, the price point sits well above the entry-level alternatives. You're paying for Bose's brand reputation, the flexible array mechanism, and the integrated sub, but if you already own a decent PA cabinet and a separate sub, you might get more bang for your buck by buying 2 separate pieces that match your exact power needs. So who should walk away with this system, and who should keep scrolling? If you're a touring musician, a DJ who plays a variety of indoor and outdoor events, or a church tech director looking for a single speaker that can adapt to different worship spaces, the F1's flexibility is a genuine advantage. The ability to reshape the coverage on the fly means you can walk into a venue, do a quick sound check, and have the sound spread just right without pulling out extra gear. Event planners who need a reliable, all-in-one solution for corporate presentations, product launches, or small festivals will also appreciate that the subwoofer integrates seamlessly, cutting down on cabling and setup time. On the other hand, if you're outfitting a permanent installation, like a theater or a